Welcome to Yin Yang Yoga. My name is Helena and I am here to help guide you through today's class. Let's begin in a comfortable position on the back body. As you come to lie down, bring a little bit of intention or integrity to the spine. Think about, centering the head, the shoulders, the pelvis. It often helps to realign everything by stretching arms and legs out. And if this position maybe isn't entirely comfortable for you, maybe it's just shifting something, like placing the hands onto your abdomen, or even bending your knees, letting the knees tent in towards one another. And if you feel ready, close your eyes, start to drop and shift into your body. Take a sounded breath. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Then open up your mouth. Sigh, breath out. Do that one more time. Inhale fully. Exhale. Becoming as neutral as possible. Letting go of any experiences from your morning. Bring your awareness to your breath. Try to smooth your breath out. And sipping each breath in through your nose. And out through your nose. And the pace of your inhale matches the length of your exhale. And starts to establish a steadiness. Maybe even a rhythm. A cycle where you can notice the highest point of your inhale, emptying out the lowest part of your exhale. And simply observe this breath for 5 or 6 rounds. Do you already feel like you've dropped into a subtle sensation of being just a bit more neutral? A bit more self-aware of the internal body, the emotional body, your physical body. As we move through our practice today, we'd like to become more aware of sensations. Through the first portion of our practice, the sensation of a body that is active, vibrant, moving, alive. We'll take bigger, more engaging movement to tap into this energy and embody it through movement. And halfway through, we slow down, counterbalance with yin, finding stillness, holding postures for a longer period of time. Accessing that place within ourselves that can be introspective, reflective, still, calm, not reactive. Both are essential. For knowing the human experience as a whole. And like the yin-yang symbol, moving in a cycle, black to white. They're not divided straight down the middle. They're not separate. There's a little bit of white within the black, a little bit of black within the white. Mimicking the energy in the body. Mimicking the seasons and cycles of our life. You know, the natural state of human condition, like a pendulum sort of swinging back and forth. Take 5 more breaths. And can we be aware of these changes in our own bodies? Can we be aware of when we're being reactive rather than reflective? Can we be aware of when we're stuck or stagnant and need to stimulate ourselves? No, nothing right or wrong. Use your movement to embody the sensations. And be the observer of your practice. And my voice will be a guide, but really stay introspective through your movement, through your breath. When you complete your next exhale, start to move through your fingers and your toes. Flutter your eyes, roll your wrists out. What feels good? A full body stretch, reaching the arms up and overhead. Softening, let that go. Slowly guide your knees into your chest. If you have any props underneath you, just set them off to the side. And then give yourself a big hug. You wrap your arms around your knees, hugging everything in. Lightly rock from side to side, but play around with your knees. Maybe draw them in a little closer towards your chest. It might serve you a little bit more to let the knees move away from your chest, massaging the lower back. Maybe doing a bit of both. Inhale and exhale. Roll onto your right side. Use your arm as a pillow. And let's press ourselves up into a seated position. Sitting with legs crossed. Try to rock yourself forward. Feel your sitting bones. Hold on to your knees, maybe your thighs, and then start to round your spine. Rock yourself back into the pelvic bowl, chin to chest. Wiggle side to side. Inhale to your back body. And then from your pelvic bowl, start to rock back forward. Wave up through the spine. Lift your chest, lift your gaze. Try to draw your shoulders back in space. Open your heart. Rounded spine. Tuck your tail, chin to chest, heavy head. Shifting back forward, lengthening the front body, open your heart up. Do this 2 more times on your own. Rounded spine, rock back. Lifted chest, rock forward and up. Letting it be smooth and consistent. And then come to a neutral spine after you completed your last set. Reach your arms out to cactus style. Lift up and out of your waistline. Twist towards the right. Get a little longer with an inhale. Twist a little bit deeper, exhale. Come back to center. Realign. Crown of the head reaches up. Twist towards the left. Igniting muscles through the core to keep lengthening the spine, the crown of the head towards the sky. Twist a tiny bit deeper. Return to center. Bring your knees together, plant your feet down in front of you. And then imagine dragging your heels in towards your bum and feel what ignites in your thighs. Feel how that helps to lift you forward and up. Reach your arms forward, plug your shoulders up, back, and down. If you can keep the spine long without collapsing, you lean back a little bit to lift up your heels and lift up your toes. Navasana, boat pose. Your shins one day come parallel to the earth. Arms reaching forward. Breathe for 3. Inhale and exhale for 2. Lift the heart towards the sky for 1 more breath. And then cross at your ankles, lean yourself forward, round your back body, bow. The elbows coming to the earth, lightly opening up your hips. Take a cleansing breath to reset. And let's do that again. Lift the torso up. Knees coming in towards one another. Ground your heels. Drag your heels back towards the bum. Ignite your legs and your hamstrings. Peeling the chest to open. Boat pose, second set. Lift your heels and toes. And maybe if you're lifting your legs, you're still holding on to your thighs. This helps to keep the chest open. When you're ready, gradually reaching your fingers. Good. If you'd like a little bit more of an effort or a challenge this morning without compromising your breath, can you press the toes out a little bit more, reach the arms a little higher. One day, legs straight, arms overhead. Breathe in. Cross at your ankles, opposite to last. If you can remember, fold forward. Cleansing breath. See if you can wiggle yourself through to come into tabletop or swing your legs around. We'll set up the hands, point your fingers forward, space between your fingers. Flip your toes behind you. Let's come into downward dog. Send your hips up and back. Offering a generous bend to your knees. And maybe pedaling out your feet. And a reminder that our first portion of practice is encouraging the body to feel stimulated. You already feel a little bit of activation through your abdomen, maybe even slightly more open through the pelvic bowl. We'll keep building on that sensation, but even within the element of heat and stimulation, anchor yourself into breath to maintain balance. Come high onto your tiptoes, bend your knees and look forward. Step, walk, or hop to the top of your space. Bring your hands up onto your shins and flatten your back to lift your heart up. Loop your shoulders away from your ears, reach the crown of your head forward, and then bow back to your thighs. Release your head down. Inhale, rise up to stand, get tall, reach up. Pull your hands in towards your heart. Adjust the base of your feet if needed, bringing them under your hips, your second toe forward. Lift your heart up into your thumbs. Utkatasana, pull your bum back and down. And make sure as you lower your hips, you can still see all 10 of your toes. Keeping that natural lower lumbar curve through the spine, so not tucking your tailbone too much, but not sticking your bum too far back behind you. Holding your chair. Steadiness in your breath, one more cycle. Rise up, inhale. Strong legs. Big dive forward. Empty out. Flatten your back and lift your chest. Bend your knees, take your hands down, step into plank position. And do you feel supported if you keep your knees lifted? Can you breathe with a little more intention if you take your knees down? Chaturanga push-up, lower onto your belly. Inching your toes back. Sliding your thumbs back, lift your heart up. Perhaps pressing through the hands enough to lift the chest all the way, arm bones straighten, upward dog. Move your hips back in space. Exhale, downward dog, meet there. And then notice what you notice, feel what you feel, be the observer of your practice. And the sensations created through embodied movement. Inhale, float your right leg high behind. Stretch out through the knee, kick out through your heel. Right knee to chest, squeeze it in, look forward, come higher onto your left toes, bring weight into your hands. Inhale, send your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest, contain your core, flicker step your foot through. Padded fingers, back heel lifted, crescent lunge, lift your torso, square your hips, and then float your arms up. Palms facing in, brighten through the hands, spread your fingers, and then slowly with control, take your right knee or left knee, tap it down to the earth, and straighten your left leg back out. Tapping your knee down, straightening it back out. Do that one more time. Straighten out, reach forward, take your fingertips past your right toes, reach them out in front, take the little bend through the back leg, and then lift your left off the earth when you're ready. Warrior 3. Right standing leg, try not to lock it out. Keep that muscular energy around the knee with a bit of a micro bend, but an upward dog quality to your chest. So if you need to, add more height under your hands, maybe with yoga blocks, maybe you have a cushion or pillow, stacked books, anything around your house. One more breath in warrior. And then slowly rebend the right knee, take your left toes, land them back. Catch yourself in your crescent lunge, arms sweeping high, inhale. Let's pivot the back heel down, exhale. Adjust your stance so your front heel lines up with the back inner arch of your foot. Arms reaching out. Find the wingspan through your arms. Then we'll start to isolate a little bit through the rib cage. Reach your right fingertips forward. Reach your left fingertips back. This gentle motion of rocking forward, rocking back, and seeing if you can create the movement from the torso. Reach forward, right elbow to the right knee. Reach your left hand towards the sky and gaze up to follow. Side angle pose. Depending on where you're tight, you might feel the sensation of a stretch coming through the front of your left hip flexor. Maybe it's more through the right inner thigh and hip crease. If it's manageable, sink down a little deeper, start to slide. Right hand down to the inside of your right foot. One more inhale wherever you are. Look to the earth, take both hands to frame your front foot, step into your plank position. Does it steady your pelvic bowl more if you zip your big toes in towards one another and squeeze your inner thighs together? Look past your fingers, chaturanga push-up, lower down. Inhale, heart lifts up halfway, option to come up all the way. Deep breath out, pike your hips back, downward dog. And sway your hips, shake your head out. Keep lengthening the crown of your head towards the space between your thumbs. Lengthening your neck. Inhale, left leg goes high. Knee to chest, you pause. Try to keep the knee tucked in as you squeeze your heel in at the same time. Send the left leg up and back, breathe in. Knee to chest, shift forward. Use that strength to guide your foot through. Patting up your fingertips. Lift your heart up, crescent lunge. Then really try to hug both feet. Pull them in towards the center of your mat without actually moving them. It'll help you lift out of the pelvis a bit. Find better balance. Reach up through the arms. If your shoulders feel tight today, hands can even always just come onto hips. Maybe that helps you with balance a little bit as well. And start to move through that back leg, charging it up, stimulating it. Bend your right knee. Maybe it gets close to the earth and straighten it back out. Keep moving like this on your own breath and watch that the left knee isn't collapsing inwards. Keep lifting up through the inner arch of your left foot. Keep the knee angled over your second toe. Straighten the right leg out. Hinge forward. Reach your fingertips forward. Take them past your left toes. Maybe you shorten your stance and shimmy the right foot closer. When you're ready, lift off your back leg. And stack something under your hands or come high onto your fingertips so you're not collapsing your chest. You're reaching your heart forward as you kick your right foot back. Then can you still breathe here? Slowly bending the left leg, touching the right toes back. Lift your torso, inhale, crescent. Back right heel goes down, stretch out through your arm bones. Arms reach into your wingspan. Take a longer stance if you feel that your left knee could pass your ankle. And let's start to move through the upper body, reach forward, and then reach back. Isolating from side to side. Reach forward, elbow to knee. Loop the right shoulder down your back, so try to keep lots of space between the ear, neck, and shoulder. Then gaze up if that feels all right. The intention to get deeper into the left hip crease. Get your left ribs closer to your left thigh. Slide the hand down. Side angle pose for one more breath. Hear the sound of it. Release your gaze down. Take both hands down. Step into your plank expression. Again, support yourself, lower your knees. If you find more control, come onto your belly. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, we meet. Downward facing dog, full breath out, empty out. Emptying through the breath, making space for your next one to come in. Come high onto your tiptoes, bend your knees and look forward. Walk, step, or hop, top of your space. Flat back and lifted heart, keeping a micro bend to your knees. Fold back into your thighs. Rise up, inhale, sweep your arms, lift your gaze. Pull your hands to heart center. Lift your heart up into your thumbs. Feel the body moving in two directions, your feet pressing down as the waistline lifts up. Sit back into your chair, Utkatasana. Lean into your toes. Try to lift up your heels. Imagine there was an imaginary block between the knees. You're lightly squeezing it in. Come as high as you can onto your toes, and then maybe sink your pelvis an inch deeper. One more breath. Ground your feet. Rise up. Shoot up through your legs, and then dive it all forward. Exhale, let it go. Halfway lift, flat back, chest opens. Bend your knees, take your hands down, and if you can take your hands down and rock forward into your hands, Maybe the arms straighten up a bit. You can hop your feet back to your plank and catch yourself there. Chaturanga push-up, exhale. Cobra or upward dog, your flow in between. Exhale, downward dog. So adding on to our last sequence, the sensation that we're looking to stimulate just a little bit more, but still working with what's available. Right leg goes high, reach it back. Knee to chest, knee to nose. Kick it high, breathe in. And then look forward, swing or step your right foot through, grab it, pull it. Knee on top of ankle, tense your fingers, lift your torso, crescent lunge. Reach your fingertips past your body, past your right toes, lift your left, warrior three. This is where we'll add on. Feel strong through the right standing leg, you're not locking your knee. Maybe you have that cushion or block, something under your hands. When you're ready, tense your left fingertips, see if you can take your left hand onto your hip. Use your hand onto your hip to open your hip up towards the side. You can even feel that you're trying to stack the left hip over the right, kick out through the back left heel, half moon. When you're ready, take your left arm to the sky. Can you still breathe here? And maybe take less weight into your right fingertips. Gradually, slowly, with control, bend your right knee, encourage your left toes to land at the back of your mat and catch yourself in your warrior two. It never hurts to reset the base of your feet. If you maybe didn't land in the most aligned position, reach forward, come into side angle, hand to the inside of your foot, look up towards the top left arm, this opportunity to move deeper, half binding left hand behind your back. Open through the chest and shoulder, try to one day reach your left hand for your right outer hip. A breath on purpose. And then look down, hands frame your front foot, step into plank. See how the breath is before moving. Would it benefit you to go right to downward dog? Or high to low push-up? Cleansing breath together before we move on to the next side. Sip the breath into your nose and part your lips. Release any tension through the head and neck. Keep the little bounce through the legs. Inhale, left leg high. Knee to chest, knee to nose. Kick it back, breathe in. Look forward, step it through, breathe out. Come high onto your fingertips. Lift your torso. Crescent lunge, extend your arms. That sensation is still trying to drag your right toes forward without actually moving them. And then hands move past your body, reach them out. Lift your right leg when you're ready. You'll notice in your warrior three, if you looked under your belly, you want your right toes down. Half moon, we want the right toes and thigh pointing out. Ground into your left fingertips. Maybe the right hand can come onto your hip. Do your absolute best to keep your left knee and left upper thigh rolling out rather than it collapsing in. Similar to our warrior two. Open up the right hip if you're ready. Try to open up your right chest, right shoulder. Reach the top arm. Keep a steady gaze fixed on one point, something that's not moving. And then try to regulate your breath. As you trust yourself standing on one leg, just touching down on the fingertips, breathe in. Bend your left knee, reach your right toes back, landing in some expression of warrior two, and then adjusting your base as you need to. Arms float out, breathe in. Reach past your body, transition into your expression of side angle. And be mindful to how it feels if you start taking your right arm behind your back. Keep opening your heart to the sky. Good, look down, plant your both hands down. Last vinyasa, step into plank. Lower with control, chaturanga push-up. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, last breath in downward dog. Really press firmly through the hands. Descend your hips back a little further. And soften onto your knees. Child's pose, big toes together. Knees a bit wider. Sip water if you need to take some water. Rest your forehead down. Notice your heart rate. And you're just observing your practice, not bringing any judgment into your practice. We lost the steadiness. This is okay. That's that sign that we've stimulated and activated. Got the heart rate lifted, so we're starting to switch our energy to maybe bringing it back into center. It's important that we're able to have bursts of energy when we need them. But we can't be in that sensation of being in a burst of energy all the time. It's not very supportive or sustainable for our bodies. It's kind of like asking our bodies to be hyperactive all the time. Eventually we burn out. So knowing when we need to maybe switch ourselves into reflective, introspective, rest and digest mode before that happens is a really important skill. Take as much time as you need to move into tabletop. Knees under your hips. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And think about passively and slowly moving through your cat-cows, even slower than you're used to moving. Tipping your pelvis forward, letting your chest slowly open, your gaze slowly lift. Tucking through your tail, belly button in towards the spine, round through your mid-back, upper back, drop your head between your arms. I like to think of it as like moving in slow motion. And seeing if you can articulate every vertebrae in your spine. So you get a heightened sensation for where you might be sticky. Sending extra breath into that space or that moment to offer some ease. And then come to a neutral spine when you've finished your last set. Let's come on to the bum. And take the legs out into a wider straddle with your toes pointing up towards the sky. Rock yourself forward. Maybe lift up through the fleshy parts of your thighs. Hands can press back behind you to send your chest up. Stay right here. If you already feel sensation, or hinge forward, walk your hands forward, and again, if you have an extra prop or cushion, whatever helped you elevate some height, maybe your elbows are coming onto it. If it was blocks, you can stack your elbows on your blocks, a pillow. Try to keep your toes pointing up towards the sky. Not just from the toes, but from your upper inner thighs. Try to roll them out and back. It'll increase the sensation slightly through the stretch. Holding for 10 slow breaths. And if stillness and silence doesn't necessarily come easily today, this is okay. Sometimes it just means that we have an active mind. I find counting the breath helps as an anchor. Deepen your next 2 cycles of breath. Slowly lift yourself up. Move props off to the side. Use your hands, bring your knees together. Shimmy yourself forward, roll down onto your back, and then lightly windshield wipe your knees from side to side. Draw your knees into your chest. Reach out through your arms, palms stay facing up. Knees stay tucked in close. Drop your knees towards the right side to twist. See if you can still invite your left shoulder to be heavy, but if it creates any pinching through the left shoulder or your neck, bring your left hand in onto your belly. If you have space between your thighs, using your cushion or your block to support that space, eyes can soften, gaze can soften, count your breaths, stay in the body, and stay with that fluid cycle. Listening and observing and giving yourself permission to experience and embody stillness. Take 5 more deep breaths. your pace, not mine. When you finish your 5th exhale, the gradual return onto the back, or perhaps you reset your shoulders and reset the pelvis if the hips have maybe moved. Get ready for your twist on the opposite side, dropping your knees left. Heavy through the right. And settle in, get deeply relaxed and tune into mindful inhales, conscious exhales. Five more slow cycles. Unwind your spine. Ground your feet down. Take any other movement that supports you to take final resting pose, Shavasana. Stretching out your arms and legs, lying on the back. You're grabbing for a blanket. If you'd like to stay a little warmer. Soften the space behind your eyes, relax the space in between your eyebrows, and relax down through your cheekbones and your jawline. Soften all the tissue in your neck. Resting within the body, resting within your practice. Know that my voice is here and will slowly bring you back. now for a deeper breath to return into your body. Observe the experience of your practice. Start to awaken into your physical form. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Flutter your eyes. Roll out your wrists. Gradually guide your knees into your chest. Roll over to your right or left side. Let's meet in seated. Sit with your legs crossed. Sit tall. Sounded breath in. And a sigh breath out. Let's take hands to heart center. Soften chin in towards chest to seal the practice, acknowledging one another. The gifts from this embodied movement. Recognizing the best and highest within us all. Namaste. Thank you for such a wonderful yin-yang yoga practice. If you have any questions at all, please ask me. My name is Helena, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.